everyone's having a blessed. Matter of fact, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, this is a blessed afternoon. We are here, right here, on this amazing Sunday. Yes, yes, this is Sunday. This is Sunday. This is Sunday. Yes. So we are here. We are back with another good one, basically. This one is really good. I know I supposed to have go went live, but I was on the phone talking. So I'm going to blame it on the person because I told them that I needed to go live because I have my audience basically, right? And they're looking for a lot of wisdom and knowledge, understanding during this dark times. But they was like, "Oh no, I'm talking to you. This is personal. I'm talking to you. They could wait." No, no, they cannot wait. These are my audience. These are my followers, and these are my subscribers. These are my loyal fans that understand where I'm coming from. That's really important that I get the information out to them. Definitely is important, right? And it's really important that I get the information out. That's right. So the question is, why is it right that violence, traumas, depression, anxiety is wealth? Why is it? Why so much trauma and depression and violence are procreated for someone else bag, for somebody else riches, fame, fortune, and riches? Because that's exactly what it is. The more violence and the more traumas and depression are produced in our society and community, the more wealthy somebody becomes. And you become a product of your environment, product of your community, because now you're dealing with traumas and depression, right? Which deals with medication, which deals with medication. This is exactly what it deals with. It deals with medication. It deals with a lot of seeking higher individuals, counselors, or therapists. They are allowed to come in and suggest things to you and try to guide you on the right direction. But we all know that traumas and depression and anxiety produces what? Produces wealth for others. This is why it's procreated. If you see and look and see how traumas are depression in society is given away for big bucks, you will see the aftermath of victims. We need more victims. We need more victims. We need more victims. And when you need more victims, that means you need more government funded. You need more drugs, and you need more pills, and you need more things to produce to the masses of people that we are about to afflict with pain and suffering, depression, heartache, traumas, and anxiety, generational wealth, generational curse, and all of these things, which is co-created for mankind failure. Which is an actual true fact. So, what can you do to prevent yourself from going through these pains and traumas and depression? If you go through that, if you go through it, because at one particular time in our life, we all went through traumas and pains and depression and anxiety, generational curse, generational curses. We have all been plagued with this. What can you do to reverse these acts which is upon us by people in society, in the community, because as we look at it, right, the community and society is the ones that procreate this. They procreate it. They procreate the drugs and the alcohol and the violence and the guns and all of these other things, right? Instead of promoting fairness and balance and justice, if we look at it. It is not the people. The people go by leadership. So if the leadership is placed there in producing drugs and jails and producing this mentality of gangster personas in movies and do everything in life, then who's doing it? It's not us. That means that it's placed here. Anxiety, depression, traumas, because it's a big cycle of money. Somebody has to get this money. Somebody has to get paid. And how they gonna get paid is they afflict you with all of these illness that is upon our societies each and every day. It's gonna pound you, it's gonna pound you, it's gonna pound you. And somebody's gonna get paid, they're getting paid because every session, every minute, every hour, every second, every week, every time you're into them and you take these pills, somebody's getting paid. The pharmacist is getting paid. The person that produced the vitamins are getting paid. You know, the doctors are getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. But you. You are afflicted with this. This pain and suffering. And pointing the fingers at everybody. And you may have a legitimate excuse to point the finger at somebody. But this same person that afflict you with a lot of things has been afflicted with the same thing. Hurt people hurt people. This is what they saying. Hurt people, right? But to unhurt people is to basically get inside yourself and to fight yourself. And that's the hardest thing that anybody can do, is face their own demons and face their own traumas and depression. And not face it with alcohol and drugs. I'm talking about smoking weed. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about crack. I'm talking about marijuana. I'm talking about alcohol. I'm talking about cigarettes. All of these things that's at your disposal inside of your community. Basically, this is what I'm talking about. But actually getting there and to fight. It's very difficult and hard because what is at our disposal is Don Julio. It's Hennessy, cigarettes, marijuana on every corner. Then there's the violence, then there's the guns. So that's exactly what you're going to, because once you do these acts, you're going to blame everything on this. I was plagued this and I plagued that. They don't want to hear that. The demonic, evil, twisted, barbaric, devil, demon don't want to hear that. They want to hear that you got 10 years, 15 years, life, and that you're dead and gone. Another one bites the dust. And this is why violence, depression, traumas, fear, and everything else is promoted in our communities. It's so that somebody else can get it back. It's so that the cycle of ignorance and the cycle of violence and the cycle of gangster persona life can thrive. This is something to think about. This is something to focus on. And this is something to look at. That all of this stuff is procreated. It ain't come here by chance. Over time, it's procreated amongst us. It's in us. So I want you to get in there and focus on how to eradicate these things in life. How can you do this? How can you do this? How can you do this? What you must do. What you must do is face this evil, demonic, evil, devil, demon that's there, standing there right in front of you that you cannot see. And once you face this, you could conquer and you can elevate you and yourself and your loved one. You can do it. You can do it. You may not want to hear it. You may not want to see it. But later on in life, you will see it. You will see it. So, this is something to think about. This is something to focus on so that you can get ahead in life, Don't allow anybody to rent space in your head. Don't allow anybody to rent space in your head, because it's really, really important. If they rent space in your head, you will be going in different directions in life. Straight like that. This is the actual true facts. And it took this time for me to express to you and explain to you that traumas and depression and violence and anxiety is produced and procreated in society, in the community, for wealth. Don't you see that, everything that's been going on with, as far as the mass deportation of people that don't be supposed to be here, the wars and everything else is producing traumas and depression and anxiety, where that you got to go out and spend a lot of money on food, on water, on supplies that you need just in case anything happens, just in case bombs happen, which is not going to happen. It's scare tactics, so you can go out and spend all your money, your life savings, and stuff like that, and run it up. And this is what it does. If these people going to hit, they're going to hit. Listen, if you're going to have problems with somebody, you're going to have problems with somebody. You're going to step two. You're going to step two. You ain't going to have nothing on your mind. You're just going to step through. Sometimes it's not even strategized. That's called premeditation. You just going on doing you. So these things, I'm telling you that, this is scare tactics upon you to produce more anxiety, to produce more depression and traumas in your life, and pain and suffering. There's people that I talk to every day and they said they scared to go outside. They are afraid to go outside in their everyday life. That means that is a spell upon you, and you need to get it off. And the only way you need to get it off is fight back. You have to fight back. You cannot let this thing control your life. You cannot let this thing control your motion. You cannot let this thing control your movement. Pray to the Alpha Omega, the creator everything existing, that he gives you life, and he gives you strength, and he gives you glory, and he gives you the knowledge and the guidance to fight against this illness of our community that people been taking for a long, long, long time, dealing with suffering with anxiety, depression, and traumas, and headaches and pains. Yes, which produce psychologists. So this is what I want to share with you. That's all I want to share. I just want to drop that on you. So I thank you so much for being here with me. I really do. Yes, I do. Because without you, this channel will not be growing. This channel will not be growing. It will not be where it is at. That's right. And this channel is what?
Awesome! Awesome! Awesome!
That's right. This channel is awesome. And you are awesome too. So never forget the knowledge, wisdom that I spread upon you. Okay? I'm about to go live again. Peace, y'all. Later. Later. Later.